Then we showed you a QVC Premier 816131. Two-thirds of the stock has gone of the Pyrex roasting set on unbelievable £18.13.
And also this fantastic Pyrex baking set here, half the stock of this has gone already. This is 816132 and this is £25.36.
Okay, at this busy time of year, if you're looking for a second pair of hands in the kitchen, look no further. 512192, the Braun multi-practic food processor, and the QVC price is £68.92.
That is so versatile, it's absolutely fantastic. The reversible cast iron griddle was the next thing we showed you. This is 815889, £14.98. And don't forget our little friends.
The 815704, the mooing and oinking salt and pepper set, and the QVC price for that is £19.98.
Absolutely fabulous. We've had a great time. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. We're going to be back on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
We'll be back on Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so join us either time. All right,
bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
You're watching QVC The Shopping Channel. Why not give the gift of time as we spend 60 minutes now with Ingersoll in their watch collection. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much to Greg and Max. They're back on Friday. Look out for them then. But for the next 60 minutes, we have got some great gift ideas at prices you would not believe. Ingersoll is the name of a company that you know and can trust and respect. And I'm pleased to say Alan from the company is here. Good to see you, Alan.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. First time on QVC.
Indeed.
I'm sure it won't be the last either because
thank you.
One look at the collection that we've got outside today that we've put together with your company. There's one thing that struck me was that the quality and the value for money is fantastic.
It's something that Ingersoll has always taken as one of the main facets of the range, and that's value for money. And since the company was started, the brand name's been around for more than 100 years, and value for money has always been the key word. So certainly it's something that is very important.
And also really for you'll see prices of these a bit as we go through, and you'll see what I mean. But when you're paying like £17, like £17 for a watch, you don't normally expect to get a reputable name on the actual watch face. A reputable name that means quality and a name you can trust.
Certainly.
But you are getting that with this.
Absolutely. We make sure that the quality is very, very high. It's a lot of watch for the money.
That's a good way of describing it, actually. A lot of watch for your money, for the ladies as well as for the gents. Don't think it's just because there are two guys here. It's gents' watches only. Have a look at this to start with, because these are the first watches we're going to show you. Choice of either ladies or gents, and the price is £17.25. There we are. I told you 17. There we are. Look, £17.25 back in stock. Retail value £29.95. So QVC's done it again and virtually halved the price.
Very good offer.
Very, very good price indeed. Sold out in July. We haven't seen it since, but we've got it back in time for Christmas, thankfully. So maybe for the fella in your life or for the lady in your life, or possibly just like a his and hers gift set. You'd actually, if you bought both for him and for her, you wouldn't pay much more than what normally you'd be asked to pay for one.
Almost the price of one watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ladies or men's, the choice is there for you. 613-516. If I just pop this one off and put it on my wrist for a minute. It's elastic, one of the expanded bracelets as well, which I must admit I'm very fond of. There we are, look, easy to wear, whether you've got a small wrist, big wrist, doesn't make any difference. And that's what it looks like when it's on. Isn't that gorgeous? You've got to be double jointed, hang on. Whoop! 1725, 613-516, the item number, made by Ingersoll. That is already proving to be very, very popular. We've also got a preview, though, of what else we've got coming up. Let's have a look ahead to the preview as well. Here we are. This is the ladies' MOP dress watch. Unfortunately, that shot doesn't show the bracelet, which is a real pity, because the bracelet is actually, I think, one of the most attractive parts of the watch. The face is nice as well. But this is going to be very, very popular. It's brand new today, $34.50 the price, 618-566. Recommended retail price, $49.95. That's a different watch, actually, that one there. Moving on, the Ingersoll men's watch, £32.50, 618-564. You've got a choice of either the green dial or the blue dial. Green or blue, the choice is entirely up to you. Very, very easy to actually adjust the strap as well. If you want it shorter or longer, you can do that yourself, dead easy. Also on the way, the Ingersoll ladies gold-plated champagne dial watch. Here it is for $24.75. There it is, 617367, the price for that one, if you'd like to order that. Again, sorry you can't see the bracelet, but we'll come on to those a bit later on. And we've just shown you those. The green dial or the blue dial, $32.50. What we're going to start with, though, is this blue dial watch. For men or for women, the choice is entirely up to you, but what you've got here is amazing value for money. I liken this to a make and a manufacturer of watches that we can't say for obvious reasons. We wouldn't dare, but it kind of ends in X, and I think we probably know exactly what we're talking about here. This is the Ingersoll watch that is such superior quality that does look as if it's cost maybe hundreds or sometimes even thousands of pounds.
A lot of people will pay many thousands for a watch that looks like that.
$17.25 back in stock, choice of ladies or gents. I love the way that it looks when it's on my wrist. I love the way that it feels when it's on my wrist, and that's very important, isn't it? Not just the way a watch looks, the way it feels as well.
Absolutely. I think what's useful with this is the expanding bracelet, which is very comfortable. It sits on the wrist very comfortably. What's also good is that it's easy to put on and take off. A lot of people find that clasps can sometimes be fiddly, difficult to use, but that's so easy to use.
Absolutely. Just literally take it out, put it on, use it, wear it, and enjoy wearing it as well. 613-516 is the item number if you'd like to order it today, as many of you already are. Let's not forget the ladies' watch either. Obviously, we're not, as not being ladies, we're not going to put it on, but we can certainly kind of put it next to it there. They're both the same price. Whether you go for the ladies or whether you go for both of them, just $17.25 each. Let's just reiterate the quality aspect of this watch, because anyone that maybe has in the past been let down by watches that have cost them teens of pounds, like 15, 16, 17 pounds, what would you say to them about your watches?
Certainly. Well, I think that firstly, buying from a company that has a history going back 100 years will firstly give people a lot of confidence. I think that also the quality of the components we use is very important. The movements are very, very good quality and are extremely reliable and very accurate. I think what underlines the quality of the product is the fact that we give a 3-year guarantee with our watches. There's a lot of products where you'd have to pay a lot of money for a 3-year guarantee, but we give it a standard because we are completely confident about the product. And
there is a story, that make of watch again that we referred to earlier on that we're not allowed to mention, obviously, for very good reasons. There was a story whereby your company actually kind of pipped them at the post in designing this watch.
We would claim maybe to have the idea first.
Yeah, well, I think you'll agree with me, looking at it at home, the quality of this watch is second to none. It looks what it is, top notch. All gold-plated, I presume?
Gold-plated, yes, and then you have the steel look as well on the bracelet. Two-tone is a very fashionable area of the watch market at the moment.
A third of the stock of the gents has gone already. A third of the stock and climbing very, very quickly. The ladies is also proving popular, but it's the gents that's in the lead at the moment, purely, obviously, because we're wearing this at the moment, or I'm wearing this at the moment. But I love this midnight blue.
And with the sunray dial as well, so you get the light. You can
It's almost like a radar, isn't it?
Yes. If the light catches it, looks very attractive.
Half the stock has gone, proving to be immensely popular. Don't sit back and wait for us to say, oh, you know, let's move on to something else, because by then it could have sold out. Use Q-Cut if you can. 0800 52 42 32. There's the smaller watch, the ladies' version of this. It's nice, isn't it, if maybe you're a married couple or a boyfriend, girlfriend or whatever, to have the coordinated look. I think it's quite a nice
Certainly,
idea.
and it's a very classical style. It's something that I think people can wear very comfortably in terms of the look. And
Actually, classic is a good word to use too, because it's a watch that in the year 2000 is still going to be very, very
Yes,
popular. It's
it
still going to
will
look
always-
fashionable, trendy. It's still going to look good.
it will always look good.
It's been around. It's been around. The style and this you can't put a date on a style like this. It's timeless, if you pardon the pun. It's a very,
Certainly.
very classic look that is going to look equally as good on ladies, like this one here, of course, as it will on the gents as well. Let me measure the width of the ladies' watch here. Including the winder, you've got about an inch across, an inch and an eighth in actual fact. The bracelet, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's half an inch, isn't it, the bracelet on the ladies? Barbara, I think's bought one of these. We'll find out which one. Hello, Barbara.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
You were quick getting to the phone.
Yeah, well, it's a very nice watch. I'm very pleased with it.
What have you?
It's very
Which
nice on
one have you
telly.
gone for, the ladies or the gents?
I brought the gents.
Right. So for someone special.
Yeah, for my husband for Christmas.
Excellent. As soon as I saw this today, I thought lots of ladies out there are going to be ordering this for their fellas. Because are you in the house on your own at the moment?
With all the children.
With all the children, great. So he's not going to know a thing about it.
No, no.
Brilliant. It really does look much, much more expensive than what you're actually paying, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah, it's really nice.
Have you just decided on the spur of the moment that this is what you wanted to buy him for Christmas, or have you been looking for a watch for a long
I've been
time?
looking for a watch. I was going to have one of the watches at the weekend, but I thought I'd go for this one instead.
Yeah. You've made a very good choice, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love the weight of it too. As soon as I put it on, it felt right.
Feels substantial, feels like there's some quality behind it.
Yeah, and there is, definitely. Accurate, and it's very stylish. Is there a certain particular style that your husband actually likes to wear? Is he very
Yeah.
classic, or...?
It's quite a nice size, and I love blue, and it really looks nice.
Yeah.
And that it looks nice on your arm.
Is he a casual dresser, or does he wear suits quite a bit, or...?
He wears suits sometimes, and that. Yeah.
But this looks equally at home. I mean, I'm just wearing like a pullover top today. I mean, it looks great with a suit like you're wearing.
It's
It
good
looks
for
great with
business
casual
or-
as well.
Or any occasion, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Barbara, he's going to be very happy when he undoes the box, I'm sure.
Thank you very much for speaking to me.
Thank you for calling through.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice Christmas if we don't speak to you again.
And you too. Have a nice Christmas.
Bye-bye.
All of you in QVC.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
See you, Barbara. Ladies and men's, they are both limited stock. They're going to be out of stock before you can say Jack Robinson, that's for sure. They're proving very, very popular. We're going to have to move on in actual fact. I put this back in the box. That is doing what we thought it would do. Almost selling out, and it will do, I'm sure, before the end of the hour. Now, not just wristwatches. We've actually, I want to quickly mention, we've got a nurse's watch coming up later. And I was talking to our buyer about this earlier on. And nurse's watches obviously are worn by nurses, but they're also worn by everyone, really. A lot of people are wearing them now as fashion statements, aren't they?
Yes, it can be fashionable, but also practical. Anybody who perhaps works closely with water or in
That's
an
true,
environment
yeah.
that they can easily spoil a watch. It keeps the watch out of the way, but it's always handy for them to see the time.
So watch out for the nurse's watch coming up a bit later. But equally as unusual is this. Look at the way it's presented as well. It comes in a beautiful presentation box. Always popular are pocket watches. This is the Ingersoll pocket watch for $36.50. Who would you say, as a rule of thumb, buys a pocket watch?
Again, I think it can be somebody wearing a waistcoat with a three-piece suit, but waistcoats are very fashionable as a fashion item these days, and it would look good. It would almost look fun to wear one.
Actually, yeah, you've said it again. You've said a very good point. The word fun comes into this because a lot of what I would possibly originally think of something being worn by a gent, like a very well-to-do, quite maybe middle-aged to older gentleman, very often these days is being worn by the young as fashionable items. And I dare say this would fit into that too.
Yes.
But look at the quality of this. Look at the casing of that. Maybe you're watching and maybe you're thinking, well, no, it wouldn't really suit a friend of mine or a relative of mine, but what it would do is it would suit maybe someone at work who's retiring maybe at the end of this year.
Certainly,
Or
yes.
beginning of next year. This would make a lovely, lovely gift for them. Whip round at work, wouldn't take long before you got $36.50, I'm sure. I'm afraid we've sold out of the first item. This is gone, I'm afraid, the Blue Dial watch. No more of those in stock. Sorry, ladies and gents have both gone. So congratulations if you've got yours, and well done for getting through if you managed to get it. This, I think, could be the next, actually. Brand new today, this. The Ingersoll pocket watch. Got such character. Even though it's brand new, it looks as if it's antiqued.
Well, of course, pocket watches were the original watches. Wrist watches didn't become popular really until the First World War.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
The soldiers in the trenches found that pocket watches were difficult to use, so by putting a watch on their wrist, it was a lot easier and more convenient. So therefore, wrist watches started to become more popular. But I think the point you made about as maybe a retirement gift or a special gift is very relevant with this. It's got a space on the front of the case here.
I was going to ask you about that. It could be engraved.
Could be engraved.
Lovely
So
idea.
it makes it a very personalised gift.
Yeah. What about maybe your grandmother or your grandfather that possibly hasn't got satellite or cable, but you have? You might be thinking about maybe a very special Christmas gift for them, or as we've mentioned earlier, for a retirement gift, that sort of thing. Absolutely ideal, and very inexpensive as well, because I've seen a few of these about, and they've been a lot more than this.
Certainly, yes.
You can
Yes. Of
usually
this
double the
quality.
price, or even 3 times the price.
Certainly of this quality. And what really sets pocket watches, the quality standard for pocket watches, you'll find is if you close the lid of it and then press the little button at the top here, the top springs open. Now, on the cheaper pocket watches, you'll find that
Excellent.
you don't do that many times and the spring starts to get very weak.
Well, a quarter of the stock of this is already gone. We've already had one sold out at the beginning of the hour, a quarter of the stock of this one going. It could be our next sold out, and
I'm
it's
not
really,
surprised.
yeah, it really is a very, very popular item indeed, and I'm not at all surprised, as Alan quite rightly said as well. Look at the watch face. If I just tilt it round like that, there we are. Look inside there. It looks like a clock or a watch face that you might expect to see on the top of a town hall or something like that.
Yes.
It's got that very, very elegant, very sophisticated look. Roman numerals, of course, adding so much character. Just a plain, very simple, uncluttered, plain white face, easy to read. And of course the Ingersoll name there as well, backing up the quality. I mean, there is no shadow of a doubt. People who maybe are buying trendy in at the moment names, if they're giving them as gifts to other people, not everyone would be familiar with the name. But a name like Ingersoll, for example, is known by everybody, be them 80, be them 8.
It's surprising how often when I tell people I work for the Ingersoll watch company, they say to me, oh, my first watch was an Ingersoll watch. And they're maybe in their 50s or 60s. A lot of people owned Ingersoll watches from their childhood.
Yep.
So it is a name that goes on and that people will know.
You've got a really great relationship, or should I say we've got a really great relationship with your company.
Definitely.
And we've been able to get a fantastic price here of just $36.50. We buy lots and lots and lots of things. We get the prices down. You then benefit from that. $54.95 is what you, if you were able to see this around, you'd see it for. But QVC price is just $36.50. And it's set at like the quarter position, isn't it? The actual watch face itself, the actual Roman numerals there. Well, if it's just allowed to hang on the chain, it's offset at like the 45-degree position, isn't it?
The idea is when you pull it out of your pocket, hold it in your hand and press the button to lift the lid,
You see
the
instantly.
time is exactly in the right position.
Terrific. This is also going to sell out, we're sure of that. On the way, it's heading that direction. £36.50, the QVC price. Ingersoll pocket watch there. Beautifully decorated, beautiful mechanism, an accurate mechanism that's quartz movement inside. 618568, the item number. Now, this is what we couldn't show you at the beginning of the hour. Sorry about that. We showed you the face, but we didn't show you the bracelet. We got high hopes for this watch, as we have had with all the other watches, because it's got, again, that designer look to it.
It's a piece of jewellery,
Yeah.
not just a watch.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's a bracelet as well as a watch. The MOP dress watch, £34.50, 618566, made by Ingersoll. Recommended retail price, $49.95. Look at the subtleness there of the watch face, but look at the beauty of the bracelet. This is coming up in more detail after the breaks in a second. We're back. Welcome back to an hour of brilliant watches from Ingersoll. This, by the way, the MOP stands for Mother of Pearl, which Alan quite rightly pointed out a second ago to me, so thanks for that. But there, the actual face itself is a Mother of Pearl dial. Look at that. The closer you get to the face, the easier it is to actually see the Mother of Pearl. There it is, genuine Mother of Pearl. Very subtle hints of different colour there, green, blue, pink, all just iridescently shining away from the
iridescence is the word, and you get a lot of different colours appearing in the dial.
Also, it means that whatever you're wearing, whether it's a jacket or a top or a dress or whatever, you'll find the colour of that dress in that Mother of Pearl somewhere.
Yes.
And that makes it such a versatile piece. Also, though, like you quite rightly said, it is a bracelet, as much a watch as a bracelet. A bracelet that's actually got a very, very decorative, beautiful clasp to the end of the bracelet as well. There we are, I can see that clasp there. Almost like a life buoy, isn't it? The kind of life buoy design at the end there.
That's right. But a very secure clasp.
Yeah, definitely. $34.50 the price. Could I have a pad to put it on so I can... Brilliant. We'll just get a pad so I can put this down and you can see it easy. It's a bit awkward draping it over my hand here. But if I measure... Let me measure the length of the bracelet. The bracelet itself, from start to finish, is 7.5 inches. Between 7.25 and 7.5. It's a generous 7.25.
Yes.
It's a fairly short 7.5.
But it's the sort of bracelet that could be worn very loose.
Yes.
So it would actually dangle down over the wrist.
There we go, just pop it up on there like that. Look at that. Now, I think this is great. You've got not just highly polished gold-plated links, but you've actually got this beautifully textured gold-plated link,
Yes.
like a donut there, the donut effect, which really adds an awful lot of character to the bracelet itself, right the way down. Look at that. Alternating with clear and textured right the way through. This is also proving very popular. Let me just update you. I'll be dead honest with you here. We've sold out of item number 1. The pocket watch, which was item number 2, is also going to sell out, although it's still available at the moment. We can tell that because we see how many people are in the queue. And this is, I reckon, going to head for another, possibly our third sellout of the hour so far. Lots and lots of operators are there, ready to take your calls. We've got a sold out now of the pocket watch. At the moment I say we've got stock left, no, it's gone, I'm afraid. The pocket watch is sold out. We can't take any more calls on that either. 618-568. You come at a really good time, actually,
Yes.
leading up to Christmas. I mean, I can't imagine any nicer gift to give someone than a watch that they're going to cherish and love for years and years to
I think
come.
a watch that somebody perhaps is wearing every day, it will always remind them who gave them the gift.
Yeah, definitely. It is a very timeless piece. A classic look again. Approaching half the stock of this is gone as well. Have a look again at the close-up of the Mother of Pearl dial. Roman numeral at the 12, little buttons at the 5-minute positions all the way around. All of those gold-plated buttons marking the 5-minute positions. Look at that. Such class, such quality. And not transfers either. You've actually got like a 3-dimensional Roman numeral 12.
Oh yes, the Roman 12 and the little
And the buttons.
spots at the hours are all separately applied.
Which for realistic purposes, I wouldn't have thought for that price you'd have been able to have achieved, but you've done it.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes.
So you benefit from it. Let's just show you the back. Stainless steel back to the case. Very fluid. Each and every one of these links, by the way, has got freedom of movement. So just like you would expect on a normal good quality bracelet, you've got the movement there with the individual links as well. All of them gold plated to a very high standard too, presumably.
Oh yes, everything is plated to a good standard. And again, as I say, we have a 3-year guarantee on all our products.
3-year guarantee, not a 1-year, but a 3-year. Now, you might expect on a watch of, say, £15 to £20 to get a 1-year guarantee if you're lucky, but a 3-year guarantee, that gives you real peace of mind. Not just on the mechanism, but on the watch in general. I presume.
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Any manufacturing defect. But
Well-
fortunately, we have very few.
Yeah, $34.50, you can see that, you can tell by the quality. It feels good, it looks good. If you like the look of it here, you're going to be very, very pleased when you actually see it on your wrist. I know it's a gent's wrist and what have you, but let me just drape it around my wrist ever so quickly for a second so you get some idea of the quality. And there it is, that's what it's going to look like roughly on your wrist when you wear it. QVC Premier today, £34.50, the Mother of Pearl dial, 3/4 of the stock now gone. That's going to be our next sold out, without a shadow of a doubt. 618-566. Now, let's just twiddle round and move on now to, again, a choice of his or hers. His or hers, the choice is yours, ladies or men's, in this one, the Ingersoll Blue Dial Sports Watch 618170. If you like the blue, and we've already heard from one contented customer that does like the blue, you're going to love this. Let's just drape this around my wrist here for a second. Look at that. Now this looks really, really classy and really, really sporty. It's a bit more sporty than the first watch we showed.
Yes, not quite as classical, a little bit more up to date in terms of...
This would be maybe more by a
fashionable.
sportsman or someone who's fairly energetic, quite young in mind.
Yes, I
Young
think
in
that's right.
spirit.
That's right.
There it is, look. The Ingersoll Blue Dial Sports Watch with the chrome and the gold plating again, which works so, so well. And that blue, that midnight blue, just works brilliantly well as well. Hopefully you like the midnight blue too. Judging by the number of calls we had for the first item, that's an understatement, to be honest. Adjustable strap, rigid strap. Again, I've got a watch very similar in style of bracelet to this, and I prefer to wear mine quite loose. Do you find quite a few gents do wear their watches quite loose these
It
days?
varies enormously. Some people like them very close fitting, some people like them very loose. But we operate a free bracelet shortening service. So if somebody buys a watch from you, all they've got to do, we include a wrist measure with the watch, they send it back to us, and within 48 hours we'll have put it through our system and got it back out to the customer.
No, I didn't know that. I was talking to Alan earlier. I didn't know that you actually did that. That's brilliant, because I was wondering, this one is actually a little bit on the big side for me, I must admit. So within 48 hours, you've processed it through your department,
Yes,
and the customer should have it back, what, within a week?
less than that. Provided
Excellent.
the post office do their bit, then I'm sure it will come back quicker.
So
than that.
you've picked the right time again to shop with QVC, because we're only at, what day is it today? 3rd of December? 4th of December? 4th. One day leads into the next when you're working nights and then earlys. 4th of December today, so you've got plenty of time to order. 5 to 7 working days it will be with you, and then maybe a week later you'll get it back from the Ingersoll company, measured to perfection for you or for the person that you're buying it for. Let me show you the ladies as well. There's the ladies' watch. You do have, of course, the date. I didn't realise that. You've got the date there at the 6th position as well. Trust me. Let me just turn the ladies' one up the right way around. A third of the stock of the gents has now gone. Let's look at the ladies too. You've very cleverly captured the character of the watch in the ladies just as well as you do the gents.
Yes.
It never ceases to amaze me how a watch that, let's face it, that blatantly is a fella's watch, but a scaled-down version still has kept the character, still has kept that sporting image brilliantly well.
To me, it almost works better as a lady's watch. I think it looks very sharp, very stylish, and it's suitable for an everyday watch or maybe for business use.
Well, you've got your Roman numerals there at the 12, the 3 and the 9. At the 6, you've got the date, and of course, you can see there, again, that's all individually applied to the watch
Yes.
face. It's not transferred on or anything like that. It's actually three-dimensional. You've also got luminous hands there too, haven't you? I've just
Yes,
noted
that's
those.
right. Yes,
Brilliant.
the hands themselves.
Very classy and a good weight. Actually, it's a very weighty watch.
It's a very solid bracelet.
It is. Half the stock of the gents has gone. That's heading towards a sellout as well. We're going to have to move off this one. Wow. $33.50 is the QVC price, brand new today. 618170. Choice of ladies or gents. The choice is yours. Now, before we take a break, let's just quickly show you this one. The next watch in the ladies' range here, gold-plated in chrome. This time, though, the chrome, very cleverly, is the one that's allowed to dominate, isn't it?
That's right. Certainly, a lot of ladies tend to be wearing silver-coloured jewellery these days.
Yes, or white gold.
Or white gold, and this will pick up on that, but equally you have a little bit of gold plating in there, so it will match with any type of jewellery or clothing.
This is nice to see, actually, because maybe in the past you've been restricted. Maybe you've got a gold watch and you've seen sterling silver diamond, you've seen sterling silver jewellery on QVC and thought, well, I can't wear that with my gold watch. Now you can. You can wear this with your gold or with your silver. It's going to look equally as good. All chrome-plated to a very, very high standard, and gold-plated, again, also to a very high standard too. The watch face here, three-dimensional again, this time relying on the battens rather than Roman numerals, which is a nice touch. So you get 2 battens for the 12 and 1 for every other 5-minute position. And I'll measure the length of this one. Is this also one that will have to be sent back to be adjusted?
Again, they're adjustable. Equally, I mean, we're happy to do the shortening of the bracelets, but any reputable jeweller should also be able to do that for you, although they may make a charge for it.
Right. So it all depends. I mean, if you want something done very quickly and you don't want to post it away and risk, well, that's up to you. But, I mean, a jeweller can do that for you very easily, can't he? 7 1/4 inches is the length of the bracelet. 7 1/4 in total length, this one. So hopefully that'll be okay for you. The beauty with a bracelet like this, though, like we said earlier with the one before, is that you can wear it very loose. It doesn't have to be a tight bracelet.
Yes. A lot of ladies will wear bangles, which hang quite low down onto their hand. But equally, I think they could wear this in the same way.
They've got the smooth finish on the reverse side too.
again, it comes back to what you said about feel of the watch.
Yes.
The watch feels nice in the hand.
I mean, we've all been there where we've looked at a watch in a window and thought, oh, that's nice. Gone in, picked it up and thought, oh, no thanks.
Yes.
And put it back down again.
Yes, the moment you pick it up, you realise.
Yeah. And the lovely thing about QVC is that you get your 30-day money-back guarantee that you can try things out with, but also, when you see something on the screen and you're thinking, oh, I like that, I wonder if it feels as good as it looks, everything does. If it doesn't, we don't put it on. It's as simple as that. We have been approached by other companies that basically sell, in our mind, inferior products. We don't deal with them. We don't put them on the air. It's only the top quality like this that gets to, you know, take up airtime.
We give every watch the feel test before we decide whether or not to make it.
Yeah.
If it feels right, then we can think about it.
Almost like little hearts as well, these links. Although they're not heart-shaped, they actually look a little bit like that. So if you're looking for something with a very subtle romantic theme to it, this would be a good one to go for. Very, very classic circular dial. Including the button there, you've got about 7/8 of an inch in width. Nearly an inch across, in actual fact. Not too thick and chunky either. Nice width to it. Very, very fine quality movement. And of course a great classy look to the bracelet and to the watch case. The watch case, by the way, is gold plated. The main C's, if I can call them that, on the left and the right hand side of each of the links are chrome plated, and the little, almost like exclamation mark in the centre, that's gold plated.
Little interlinks, yes.
Little interlinks, yeah. There we are. Look, $25.75 if you'd like to order that, brand new today. Well, this is proving to be a very, very busy hour indeed. And it's a quarter of the stock on this one, Scott. Whoa. And already we have sold out of a couple of things. We'll probably have more sold outs for you fairly soon. After the break, we're going to be showing you this. I'll just put that over there for a second. A choice of colour this time for the gents Ingersoll men's watch. £32.50 is the QVC price. Green dial or blue dial. Recommended retail price £49.95. I'll just show you the green one because it's kind of angled down a bit. There we are. Selling very, very well from the preview. See you with this in a few seconds' time. Don't go away, stay tuned. Look at this. I like this. If you've seen the green face, or the blue faces, should I say, but you haven't seen the green face yet, take a look at this. A large amount of stock, a quarter of the stock that we showed you on the preview has already gone. There's the green. Look at that. $32.50 the price for 618564. Now these are actually what you call water resistant, is that right?
Yes, they'll withstand splashing. If you happen to get into the bath and forget you've got your watch on, then no problem.
Not for swimming in though, not for going to that degree.
No. But accidental immersion, I would call it. Or if you're washing the car and happen to splash it, then no problem. It's a good everyday watch in that respect. Choice
of either green or blue here. Again, it's definitely got that sportsman feel to it. Let me just take the blue one off as well. I'll put the blue on next to it. You can see the picture of the blue there, which is good. Let's just put the blue on my hand here. This particular blue is and the green as well for that matter, it's kind of contrasting. It's deeper and richer in the centre and slightly lighter on the outside, isn't it?
Yes, it's two slightly different textures to the dial.
Almost a metallic. Again, that kind of radar effect, picking up the lights here in the studio, which is really, really good. But of course, it'll pick up any natural light as well. With the bezel around the outside as well, that is a very, very fine detailed watch with quality. Approaching half the stock of both of them, of both colours. Approaching half the stock has gone in both colours already. From the preview, you jumped in. You got the knack of shopping with QVC by now. See something that takes your fancy on the preview, you're there, you're in there. Actually, they both. I'll be sport for choice. I wouldn't know which one to go for out of these two.
Personally, I go for the blue. I think that Air Force colour blue is very nice.
Yeah, it does look very rich,
But I think
doesn't
the
it?
green has proved very popular for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. I mean, the racing green at the moment, if you've maybe got a green car or you're buying it for someone who's got a racing green car, they're very, very popular colours to go
Certainly.
for. This is going to be a good one to go for,
Yes.
for people like that. But again, you've got your date on here as well. The date is at the quarter-2 position. If we have a close-up look, there we are, look, or quarter past, beg your pardon. The quarter past, it's quarter-2 from above, but it's quarter past. Limited stock on the ladies and the gents blue dial sports watch. Limited stock on that. Both ladies and gents, both limited. So if you like the look of that one, now's your chance to get in before the sold out sign appears there. 618170. And also limited stock, the watch I'm showing you at the moment in the blue and the green. I remember the first watch that my parents bought me when I was younger. It was it wasn't an Ingersoll, I have to admit that, but it was something that I remembered all my life. I mean, I've still got it, I think, somewhere.
Of course.
The first watch is so important. To give the gift of a watch and to give the gift of a timepiece means so much more, because every time you look at it, you remember the person that gave it to
It's
you.
always a special gift, yes.
Yeah. We're going to have to move off it. It's almost out of stock now. 32.50, the Ingersoll men's watch, 618564, green or blue. The choice is yours. Now, lots of you already have been phoning the operators. I'll keep this one on, actually. Been phoning the operators asking about the nurse's watch that we showed you, or I mentioned earlier on, that we both mentioned earlier on. Well, here it is. Let me just show you the box. There it is. That's how it comes. This is sold incredibly well, just off the mention that we gave it earlier on. Maybe you're familiar with it, or possibly you just like the idea of buying a nurse you know, or someone you know, the Blue Dial fob watch. Here it is. It's not just for nurses, is it?
I think it can be worn by many other people. As I said earlier, particularly if they are in an occupation where they're constantly getting their hands very dirty, or there's a risk of catching a watch that they might have on their wrist.
Yeah. Here, I was talking to my buyer earlier on, the buyer that buys the watches here at QVC, and she was saying that a number of people are buying them. I always thought watches were given to nurses as part of their uniform, but that's not the case.
No, not at all.
They have to buy them themselves.
Not at all. And very often it will be as a gift when they pass their exams or some other special event in their nursing
Like a
career.
graduation gift,
Yes,
that sort of
yes.
thing, yeah. We've got a small queue developing for this, but having said that it's great, of course, for nurses, it's also brilliant, I can't get out of the box here, it's also brilliant for literally anybody to wear as a fashion statement. Now, I didn't realise that, but they've become quite trendy and quite fashionable, haven't they?
Yes, it's surprising very often what people pick up on for fashion. And it's something very different.
Yeah. Obviously, it's upside down, the one you're looking at here, because, of course, when you're looking at it from above, it's got to be the right way up. Say no more. But it's also got a pin on the back, which allows you to fasten it, possibly, and use it as a fastener or just as a lapel watch. It's entirely up to you. It's so sparkling. It's got a job to actually stop the lights reflecting back at you. But there we are. Again, this has got a blue face. With the cross at the 6th position, too, is that basically just to kind of signify the connection with the medical profession?
Yes.
There it is.
And also a bar at the top which can be engraved
Well, that's an
with the
idea.
person's name.
I didn't think of that. The bar just at the top here, if I just drop it down. There we are, look. It's got my fingerprint on it at the moment, but you can see that could easily be engraved with someone's name. A lovely idea. Again, a great personalised Christmas gift for someone you know in the medical profession.
Definitely.
I don't know how many nurses there are in the UK and throughout Europe,
I
but
think there's hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands, definitely. And approaching, is it quarter of the stock? Approaching quarter of the stock has gone, and we had large numbers. We expected this to be very, very popular. It's proven to be just that. There's a close-up look at the watch as you would see it if you were wearing it and looked down at it. Easy to read, and that's very important, isn't it, with a watch of this sort of nature? It
Extremely
has to be
important.
very, very easy to see.
And of course that the second hand is bright red, so when checking somebody's pulse or doing an exercise which requires accurate timing, it's very easy to read.
There's a good weight to it as well, again, which is important. Round the back, stainless steel back. But as you said before, it's also very practical, not just for nurses, but for anybody that does tend to maybe use their arms and their hands and get maybe, immersed in water or whatever their profession may be. If they're, a little bit nervous about wearing a very good, expensive watch, this is a great way of, checking the time.
I think having the watch up on the lapel, where it's easy to read, it's always available to see, is very useful.
About a third of the stock now, and climbing, has sold already. Recommended to retail for £34.95. We were always able to do this with watches. I don't know how we're able to do it, but we do. Just £19.75 is the QVC price. I mean, it's worth every penny of £35, isn't it? But £19.75 makes it even more well worth jumping on the phone for to get yours without getting disappointed by the sold out sign. And talking of sold out signs, here we go. The choice of gents is gone. I'm afraid the green or the blue dial, that has completely sold out. So no choice at all, completely gone. This could be the next. Approaching half stock. Chrome plated to a very, very high degree. It's very flexible as well. The way that the links have been used here, it's just basically bracelet links, about 3 or 4 of them, joined together at the top, and then the pin, let me just show you the pin if I turn it around. There we are, there's the pin at the back, which, as Alan quite rightly said, could be easily engraved, leading down there to the watch face. Let me measure the watch face across. You have a width there of about an inch across. 1975 the price, 618563 is the item number. Right then, moving on to, this is the only real solid gold watch
solid
that we
9
have
carat gold.
in the hour. Now, I always think of a solid gold watch as being the ultimate, be it for a man, be it for a lady. We had a solid gold gents watch yesterday in a jewellery collection I did that sold out in tan strap and black strap. So if you were a lady watching that, maybe buying a watch, or maybe you're a fellow watching now feeling a bit guilty because there wasn't a ladies' version of that available, we've got for you here the daintiest, cutest, most exciting solid gold watch for a lady at a brilliant price of just £79.75. This, I mean, if you're looking for something to buy mum or gran or auntie, this is it, isn't it?
And particularly the styling of this is very much reminiscent of the sort of style you'd have found in the 1940s and 50s.
Right.
So, as you say, for mum or auntie or gran, it's something they would relate to very, very strongly.
Well, I liken this to maybe the first watch that we saw in the hour, in that I said it was classic and it was timeless. There was no like 1996 date all over it. It was just, it could have been bought 10 years ago, could have been bought in 10 years' time. And this is, again, very similar, isn't it? It's classic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very simple,
smart.
very straightforward, but very dainty and neat.
There it is, solid gold. This watch case is completely solid gold. Now, even with gold-plated watches in the high street stores, you can spend £500–600 easily on a gold-plated watch.
Easily.
To get a solid gold watch, you might double that, realistically. Here at QVC, with our connections at Ingersoll, obviously you haven't got a solid gold strap. It's a leather strap with this one, which is allowing the price to be kept, you know, reasonably low. But £79.75 for a solid gold case? Is that real? I mean, I can't believe the price. It is, as I said before, quite a dainty watch. The mineral glass is actually acting as almost like a magnifying glass, isn't it? Magnifying the battens.
Yes, so you can see, in fact, with the hands and the batons applied onto the dial as they are, it does make it much easier to read.
I'll measure the width of this one. You've got a total width there of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 of an inch across, including the winder. The watch strap itself is genuine leather, and that's 1/4 of an inch. Let me measure how long it is as well. If I just get the pad in here. There we are. Let's just pop it down here. There we go. Length of this is, to the first hole, about 5 3/4 inches, and the last hole you're looking at nearly 7 inches at the biggest hole there. Actually, this would make a lovely gift idea for anyone special, any feminine lady, or of course a lady would be feminine, but any female in your family, or even a treat for yourself, or possibly someone has said, keep your eye on QVC, anything that takes your fancy, order it as a gift, you know, from me to you or whatever, so that they're making sure that you get what you want. Maybe this is what really takes your fancy. It is, again, great during the day to wear, great during the evening. You can wear it all the time.
Anytime, yes.
Yeah.
A couple of points which also worth noting with this is that not only do we give the 3-year guarantee, as we do with all our watches, but on our gold watches, we give free battery replacements for life.
Really?
Yes. All the person has to do is to send the watch back to us with a small fee to cover the postage and packing and insurance, and we will fit a new battery.
Is that so you've got no worries about letting someone who perhaps isn't as qualified as you'd like them to be tampering with the gold?
Yes, if we have it in our own workshop, we know the people who are doing it, we know we can trust them to do a job properly when they're replacing the battery. You can do damage to a watch if you don't do it properly. If we do it, we know it's done properly.
Great, so you get free batteries for life as well, which I didn't realise, I must admit, so I'm glad you're here, Alan, thanks for that. £79.75 with a solid gold watch case. Quite remarkable. 618316 for the Ingersoll Ladies Champagne Dial watch. Right, and a 3-year guarantee as well. Now, we're moving on now to the watch that Alan has actually been wearing for the last, well, hour or so.
Yes.
This is a premiere as well, I think, brand new today. Could I ask you to take it off for a moment? Would you
Certainly.
mind? This is very smart. I like this. The tortoiseshell strap.
Again, genuine leather
In
strap.
the tan, genuine leather. Look at that. The Navigator. Now, this is going to be an extremely popular watch indeed. Wow, the weight of it.
It's a very heavy watch, very sporting theme to it.
Yeah, it has, without a doubt. Look at that. You can tell, one look, what you've got is absolute quality. What are the features on this watch, Alan? Are there plenty of
Okay,
features?
there's a number of things that are worth mentioning about it. First of all, the outer bezel is a time-elapsed bezel. It rotates,
Okay.
and you can measure the time that has elapsed. It will, in fact, go
Oh,
one
right.
way.
I tried to do that with one of the ones earlier on, because I knew that one of them did. I couldn't remember which one it was. There we are. Okay, so you've got the time-elapsed bezel. Brilliant.
Okay, we have also the luminous hands and spots for the hours.
Uh-huh.
So in dark they will show up.
Yeah.
But what is a particularly good feature of this is that it has a backlight to the dial. So I don't know if maybe we can bring the lights down.
We'll bring
a
the
little
lights
bit.
down in a second. We'll do that in a second.
But
yeah,
if
if
you
you could do
press
it now, it'd be brilliant.
The little button on the top, you'll see that the whole dial will glow.
Okay, well, I'm pushing the
Yep.
light at the moment.
If you release it and push again,
Lights going down. There we are, look.
and you can see the dial. But the whole dial glows, and in fact, when you release the button, the glow will remain for about half a second.
Oh, it does
So
actually, doesn't it?
It's just long enough then if you take your finger off, read the time, and the light will switch itself off.
Excellent. This is flying out the door. I'm not at all surprised. This is the in thing at the moment, isn't it?
Very much so. It's a
this Lumi.
It's a relatively new feature that's become available on watches.
Gone are the days of having like a little bulb in the left-hand corner, and you're
That's
hoping
right.
that the light would kind of
That's
travel
right.
to the other
Yes,
side.
yes. You usually see if the hands were at the bottom of the dial, then you could certainly see the time. But now you can see the whole dial,
Look at that.
and also again we have the date feature as well.
Genuine leather strap as well. The strap is beautiful on this. Have a look at the strap there. Look at the quality of that. Very, very fine leather. Beautifully padded, beautifully finished. I'll measure again the first and the last hole on the strap too. There we are. Let's just measure from top to bottom. First hole is 7 inches, and the last is actually a generous 8.5 plus, nearly 9 in actual fact. If you want to see it on, I've still got the green watch on at the moment, actually, that's already sold out, so I'll just take that off and put the other one on so you get a chance to see what it's like.
You mentioned about the strap being very long on this one, or relatively long. Certainly because of the type of watch, if it's a very big man you're buying the watch for, then it will look very good on them.
Yeah.
Because it's quite a chunky looking design.
Again, it
and
looks
it's got
that
plenty of
300,
strap.
400, 500 pound designer, maybe even 1,000.
Yes.
There are plenty of watches out there, different names that we can't go into,
Yes.
that cost thousands of pounds.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you're not getting a watch that's more accurate by buying a £1,000
Well,
watch.
many of those people A, won't give you a 3-year guarantee, and B, they can't claim that their watches are any more accurate by charging you £1,000 more for the watch.
No. £37.50. You get the style, you get the elegance. Worn by, try and sum up, who would you say, what sort of guy buys that?
Oh, I
Or
think
what
perhaps
sort of lady buys that for the guy?
a man who wants to, I suppose it's the lifestyle, isn't
Yeah.
it, which is the buzzword at the moment.
Kind of a weekender, maybe.
The weekender, somebody who's maybe into sports. The watch is, again, water resistant or withstand splashing and so on. So again, say somebody who's into sports or leisure activities.
Well, we have 3 more watches still to come. This one is proving very popular, the Electro Lumi Navigator watch, 617364. A break is on the way, but before we do that, I just want to quickly give you a chance to order this. Have a look at this. The gold-plated champagne dial watch, £24.75, 617367 is the item number, 617367. And if you like that kind of essence of gold, if you like gold all the way through, running through as a theme to go with your gold jewellery, this is the one to go for in the hour. £24.75. See you in a minute, don't go away. Welcome back. The last 15 minutes of this hour of Ingersoll Watches, we talked about what a great idea it is really to give someone a watch for Christmas. And there are so many classic designs in this hour that I've seen at least 4 or 5 that I wouldn't have any hesitation in buying for friends of mine.
Yes.
Whereas sometimes I see watches in windows, for example, I think, well, I like it, but I wonder if they'd like it. Your watches kind of span all that. And, you know, there's just nothing to dislike about them.
A watch can be a very personal thing, but there's certain designs which are the standard classic kind of designs that people will always want to wear.
Yeah. And also, I must admit, I'm the sort of guy that wouldn't think of buying a classic for myself. I tend to go for the unusual. If I can possibly afford it, I go for the unusual. But if someone buys me a classic, which very often happens, I normally wear that more than I wear the unusual. It's a strange thing, isn't it?
Yes.
What you get given and what you buy yourself very often are 2 different things. But what I get given is more often what I wear than what I buy myself.
Yes. I have a choice working for Ingersoll. I have a choice of many, many different watches to wear.
Yeah.
But I choose something quite classical to wear.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is classic from a lady's perspective. The gold-plated champagne dial watch, $24.75. 617367 is this item number. Each and every link here individually will move. It's got individual linkage, individual movement to give a very flexible, very, very fluid bracelet that's going to be, like you said before about the others, not so much just a watch, but a beautiful piece of jewellery too.
Yes, but very comfortable to wear.
We've got a sold out. The Electrolumi Navigator watch, not surprisingly, has completely gone. No more calls for that. That's a really popular one in your range, isn't it?
I'm not surprised that one sold out quickly.
Yeah. Let's just put this one over the hand for a second. This seems to me to be very superior gold plating.
All our plating is of a very high standard, and I think with this, because it's an entirely gold-plated bracelet, it looks and feels of a very high standard.
Approaching a third of the stock of this one has gone as well. Now, you've seen watches on QVC, not just Ingersoll watches, but many other makes as well. They all prove very, very popular, but there's something, I don't know, there's something very, very secure and safe about the Ingersoll name that is appealing to me.
There's not many other watch companies that can claim to have had a name that goes back over 100 years. And as we said before, so many people have had watches from their childhood with Ingersoll on the dial that they trust the name.
But also, the gift of giving, or giving someone a gift such as this, when they open that box and see something looking out at them as beautiful as this, with that name there as well, it just kind of reaffirms that the person who's bought it went for that quality make, that quality name that they'll know that everyone knows.
I think with all the items that we've seen today, that anybody receiving that as a gift would assume that you spent an awful lot more money than maybe you actually have.
Well, half the stock now has gone of this, and it's selling very quickly. There's your stainless steel back. I'll just put it down. I'll measure the strap, or the bracelet. It's an insult to call it a strap, it's a bracelet.
Metal bracelet, yes.
The bracelet is 7.5 inches from end to end in total length.
Again, that
very
can
fluid.
be shortened. We can do our free, very prompt bracelet shortening service on that.
If you missed that earlier on, what Alan said he'd do as a company is that if we got the bracelet, we've got it here, brilliant, the wrist tape. If you get that with every watch,
That comes with every watch.
Pop that round your wrist, mark it. If it is too big for you, send it off, and Alan's company within 48 hours will have done it for you, and then they'll send it back. So within a week, if maybe even less than that, you'll get the watch back, adjusted perfectly to your size. You can, though, don't forget, have it done at your local jeweller, but they probably won't be free, whereas Alan is offering a free service.
Exactly.
So $24.75 for this. But if you prefer to wear it quite loose, like a lot of people do, it's going to look very elegant, isn't it?
It's a very, very dressy, very smart-looking watch.
Very much so. Although you say dressy, if I saw a lady maybe working during the day wearing this, I wouldn't think, oh, yeah, what are you wearing a dress watch during the day? It's not too dressy, is it?
No.
It's not kind of glitzy, sparkle, sparkle all over the place. It's nice and classic.
She could wear it every day, but also when she's going out in the evening wearing a very nice dress, then it will look just right
It's
there as
versatile,
well.
isn't it? It's
Very
for
versatile.
both purposes. $24.75, 617367. The gold-plated champagne dial watch. We've got so many to squeeze in. We've literally got a few minutes left on the hour. We've got 2 more to go. Now, if you're talking about classic, if you like the black and gold connection, which a lot of people do, it's almost approaching limited stock, that one, actually, the champagne dial watch. But, oops, sorry about that. Let's put the black watch on now. Let's just kind of wrap this around my wrist. Securely fasten it for you. There we go. And you can see what this one's like. This is a very dressy watch as well, isn't it, for gents?
Yes, it's a very elegant,
Look at that.
very smart
That
watch.
is nice. That is very, very nice. Now, this is an extremely affordable dress watch. Dress watches are luxurious, aren't they?
Yes.
By their nature, they're luxurious. And consequently, I think, quite wrongly, a lot of companies charge luxurious prices. You've got here, first and foremost, a very accurate timepiece that looks superb. But £14.75, how have you done it for that price?
Because the places we use to source the products from, we know offer very high quality, but they're very, very most competitive prices. And that allows us to offer something like this at a very affordable price. But you mentioned accuracy. Our watches are accurate to within 5 seconds a week.
Really?
Now, you can pay an awful lot more money and you'll never get more accuracy than that.
No, no. Look at the watch face, though, because what amazed me about this, I've seen other watches at this sort of price that look similar, but what you very often on close inspection find, and what I found with that particular watch, was that the backing of the watch face, the black of the face itself, had transferred battens on.
Yes.
It didn't have gilt battens.
It's a way of saving money. It's a way of saving money.
It's a cop-out, I think.
Yes.
It looks awful. I
Yes.
think it does anyway. But looking at this, you've got the raised battens.
Yes. It makes all the difference.
It does.
It costs a little bit more, but we feel that it's worth doing.
It gives it that three-dimensional look as well.
Yes.
Every time you look at it, I mean, you could have spent a couple of $100 on this.
I don't think anybody would really know that you hadn't.
No, definitely not. Especially with the Ingersoll name as well, because you wouldn't think that it was an affordable watch. You'd think it was a quite expensive watch. $14.75 the price for this one. Genuine leather strap, almost like a patent leather as well. Very, very shiny leather to the strap.
Again, I
there.
think that adds to the elegance of the watch.
Definitely. It's nice and thin too. I'll just show you, turn it around that way. Look at how thin that is. And so easy to wear. This is probably one of the lighter watches of the hour, but at the same time it's got that sufficient weight to know that you've got a quality watch.
Yes, but by making it very slim and by putting a slim, neat strap on it, yes, it's a little bit lighter in weight, but it sits very neatly on the wrist.
We've got another sold out. Wow. The champagne dial gold-plated watch, $24.75, has gone. 617367. So how many sellouts is that now, Roman? How many was? 5. And I reckon this is going to sell out as well, because it's now limited stock. It could be 6 sellouts on the trot. 617370 is the item number. £14.75 is the QVC price. Now then, the last item. Oops, what was that? Last item of the hour is here. We're going to go into a very quick review very, very soon, but if you want to order this one, then we're not going to be able to spend too long on it. $17.75 is the price for the ladies' twisted bezel watch. Gold-plated top and tail, Roman numerals. That is lovely.
I think it's one of my favourite watches in the collection.
Yeah.
It's just such a beautiful little case, lovely dial, very clear, very neat, but the watch has got a little bit of fun and interest to it.
If maybe the gold, the solid gold case was a bit too small for you, this is a next step up size-wise, isn't
Yes.
it? Which is going to be a lot easier to see and read. I mean, the gold was very easy to see as well, but this is like slightly larger. And also having the white watch face too makes the Roman numerals stand out even more. Across there, you've got a width of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it's 7/8. 7/8 across. And a genuine leather strap as well. We're going to have to move into review. If you like that one, just $17.75. Who'd have thought the quality and the style of this could be yours for that price? 617366, the item number. Back into review we go then. What have we seen? Well, actually, not what have we seen. It's more of a case of what's left. OK, this is still left, but not many of them. $34.50, brand new today for the mother of pearl dress watch there with that wonderful graduating what am I trying to say? The hoop links there on the bracelet. Beautiful. $34.50. QVC Premier today with the mother of pearl watch face as well. The Blue Dial Sports Watch is £33.50. That's the Premier again today. Choice of either ladies or gents. 618170 is the item number to order if you'd like that. Only ladies left. Only ladies left in that one. Sorry, only ladies, no gents. 618567 is the Ingersoll ladies. Oh, we've got wrong details there at the moment. We'll change that for you, sorry. Oh, well, that's the right one. Sorry, yeah, it is the right one. Two-tone dress watch, beg your pardon. £25.75. Mostly chrome with, of course, hints of gold plating there. The Ingersoll Nurse's Blue Dial fob watch is just £19.75. Half the stock of this is now gone. 618563. The champagne dial watch, the 9-carat gold, solid 9-carat gold casing there, £79.75, 618316. And the black dress watch is completely sold out. We can't take any more calls on that, I'm afraid. That's gone. And finally, this is selling very well as well now. The ladies' twisted bezel watch, £17.75, 617366 if you'd like to order it. A brilliant collection of watches. Alan, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
More, please, because they are fantastic.
We'll keep them coming.
If you want to order anything from the review, give us a call now, because everything is selling like you wouldn't believe. 0800 50 40 30. I'll be back in an hour's time. We're going to be picture perfect with Canon. So if you're looking for a camera this Christmas, or even a video camera, lots of choice coming up about 60 minutes time, so do join me then if you can. See you later. Stay tuned. You're watching QVC, the shopping channel. Time now, including today's special value, to go around the house.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bradford. He's back taking photographs and being a bit of a David Bailey in around about an hour's time. You've got me, though, for the next 60 minutes with special guest. By the way, there's going to be another watch hour, if you love your watches, on Sunday at 8. It's Kahuna time again. So if you know anyone who missed out on Kahuna watches before, these sorts of watches, I don't know if you want to have a very quick look, are going to be back at 8 o'clock. So if you are a watch lover, then watch out for Kahuna, literally, on Sunday at 8. However, in this hour, we're going to tell you about today's special value. Now, we've got some very special guests in today. Tonight at 7 o'clock, I've got a 2-hour Capodimonte special, which I'm looking forward to enormously because I've not done one of those for ages. And having done quite a few of the Capodimonte hours on QVC, I begin to sort of see the things that go the fastest, and there are several in tonight's 2 hours, believe me. And I'll tell you about some of those when I get back to these a little bit later. This, however, is the reason for the whole day, our first ever today's special value in Capodimonte. And just look at the bargain you've got there. Now, sometimes in Capodimonte selections, you've got one of these for £14, one of these for £10, even more than that sometimes. And I tell you, you had better not leave it too long if you want the miscellaneous flowers selection. The roses, you've got a pink, a deep, deep red, And then you've also got this double colour, which is so delightful, really appealing, a stunning combination of yellow petals with the pink tips. And there's the profile view. So you've got not quite the flat, non-three-dimensional picture that you often get. Still something, however, you could hang on the wall because it has got the flat back. If you wanted to put it, say, up your hallway or something like that. People are very creative with garden wire nowadays, even painting the garden wire that they hang them with. So as long as you're careful, you can usually suspend it vertically if you want to as well, giving you a wonderful three-dimensional ornament. And all of it made by Faber, the company that we've been featuring today, with special guests from Faber who we'll see again a little bit later. So you've got your 3 roses. I just need a ruler quickly because I was going to measure these in the preview. The other selection is the orchid, the pink orchid, the blue iris, and the purple hibiscus. So there you are, orchid, iris, hibiscus. And if you want to elaborate on your flower collection, not just go with roses, then this set is absolutely phenomenal value. £17.97 for 3. It works out just under £6, sorry, just under £6 per item, and you're only paying one lot of post and packing. For all of them. Now each flower is around about 5 and a bit inches in length. They vary very slightly, 5 to 5.5 inches, the orchid being 6 inches, the other roses again being around about 5.5. The roses themselves are the sort of